came from Bandcamp. It came from Bandcamp. Anybody can upload anything they want to Bandcamp. It came from Bandcamp.
Hi everyone, Banthony Camptano here, the internet's busiest music nerd. And it's time for one of my favorite segments on this channel, It Came from Bandcamp, where we go through some of the weirdest Bandcamp pages on the infamous Bandcamp platform, where independent artists can go up and pretty much upload their music, whatever it is, whatever their heart's desire. I mean, obviously within reason, I guess, but there's so much insanity. As exemplified by these 6 projects we are about to show you. Let's kick things off with Forest of Harambe. This is a black metal project that is obviously in tribute to Harambe, the gorilla who was shot at the Cincinnati Zoo because a kid went in his enclosure and they thought the kid was under threat of being killed by the gorilla, so they decided to put Harambe down. And this band, who is allegedly from Norway, not quite sure if I can trust that, they put out 3 tracks that have amazing titles such as I Am Harambe and Dicks Out and Den Gratende Primat. Let's give a little sample of this track over here titled Dicks Out. Your ears are not deceiving you, it literally sounds like ass. Yeah, it's kind of your standard generic demo quality black metal, but at least the spirit of Harambe is there, and you can legitimately say there is some Harambe themed black metal on the internet, so I guess just kind of keep that meme alive, guys. Moving on to some more metal, but not quite as memeified, we have Jute Gyte's Perdurance. Gyte is an experimental metal project from Missouri, very prolific, a lot of albums under this artist's belt at this point. This one over here sounded to me like the most gripping of all of that I had heard from this project on Bandcamp so far, but when I went to listen to this record because I was considering giving it a full review, I literally ran into a couple migraine headaches. Like, this album gives me migraines, despite the fact that instrumentally and compositionally I do find it kind of intriguing. It's a little gimmicky, it's kind of a one-trick pony, but still, I wanted to say something about it. That's why I'm talking about it here in this segment. It is a supremely weird record. It has been labeled by the artist here, and I believe others, as microtonal metal, I guess because some of the notes and the melodies played on this record don't quite fit into the chromatic scale. They're sort of like these weird in-between notes that, when layered on top of each other, create a lot of chaos and dissonance. It's intriguing, but there's an intentional ugliness to it that I like quite a bit. If you enjoy your metal to be super experimental and technical, dizzyingly weird, then I think you're gonna find stuff about this project that you like. Let's sample a bit of it. It's so raw, it's so animalistic, it's so noisy, it's just that it wears on me after a while. Maybe down the road I might have a little bit more tolerance for this. I do enjoy at least a couple tracks when I hear them in one sitting. It's just kind of difficult to trip through this entire record and just always be like exhilarated about listening to what's going on, because it is so taxing. It is so soul-crushing at points. So again, Jute Gyte, Perdurance. Definitely look that up. Our next little ditty over here comes from one of many albums thus far from producer, rapper, singer-songwriter, Mr. Coin Locker Kid, whose music I've been conscious of since 2012. The guy is really odd, unpredictable, and there are actually a lot of cool characteristics about his music. He blends together so many styles in a way that you wouldn't necessarily think makes sense, but somehow it does. I mean, sometimes I don't care for some of the ideas that he works into his tracks, but still, I give the guy all the credit in the world for coming off as on the fringe and as adventurous as he typically does. And this new track over here seems to be no exception. Not only because there is like a 20-minute song song on here, the longest song I think he might have recorded so far. I might be wrong on that. But he seems to be bringing in some more weird wild horn samples and singing vocals and really kind of just continuing to diversify his ever-growing style, which is kind of like becoming this Akira-sized blob that's going in every direction and is just overtaking all these different ideas and sounds and concepts and just kind of mixing them together into one giant mass. Let's sample this track exactly where you want to be.
Facing over as you hold my hand. Pigs are flying as you're touching my penis and pulling your hand out. Worried how the trajectory of planet Venus.
This project, if I didn't mention the name of it already, is The Salmon of Doubt. So yeah, Coin Locker Kid, The Salmon of Doubt, give that a shot. Now, for some people out there, and this is true of our next artist, for them, the 90s are not over, the 90s are not dead. They're still alive and well. And our buddy Shane Darling over here has a record out titled Spectral, which sounds like some industrial goth rock from about 20 years ago. Very Manson or Nine Inch Nails inspired, but it's very demo quality, and also Shane doesn't seem to display the sharpest sense of songwriting ability, so this kind of allows him to really venture out of the norm in terms of the flow of a typical song. And his vocals are quite odd and emotive as well. Very, very angsty, very pained, very tortured. Not really sure how to put it into words, so we'll give this track PR Electronica a shot. Please don't DMCA me. I'm giving this an honest shot. I'm giving it the good old college try, I swear. Next, I want to give a shout out to an artist who I've actually done a formal review of before, a couple formal reviews. It's Milo Raps. You know the guy. But this track, this 140-minute track, which consists of multiple songs, lands on his latest project under the Scallops Hotel name, which in a recent interview, or I guess an interview that came out just before his latest record, which was a little while ago, he explained that Scallops Hotel is where he kind of experiments a little bit more, tries out new ideas, tinkers, and that sort of stuff, and just kind of puts all this weird stuff together under a project under this kind of alternative pseudonym. And here, once again, while it is demo quality and it's obviously very rough and not tightly or put together or organized, still Milo comes together with a lot of interesting ideas with Too Much of Life is Mood. And on this thing, as I said, it's kind of one 40-minute track, just kind of all linked into one cohesive block, so you're not like skipping around or anything like that. It's just kind of one cohesive string of consciousness sort of moment. You know, nothing is sort of finished so tightly that it can be its own song, with a couple of exceptions, like the track featuring SB the Moore, but it all kind of links together into this holistic project as kind of just one track is flowing directly into the next. You know, it's kind of like a random tapestry of odds and ends from Milo. So if you're a big fan of Milo and you kind of want to hear him explore a little bit and try out some new stuff, then give this project a shot. We're just going to land right in the middle of this 50-minute track, and we're going to see where it takes us, because we're going to be adventurous. Ha ha! Shout out again to Milo. Keep doing what you're doing. Always interesting to hear a new Milo project. So that is linked down there in the description with everything else we've been talking about in this segment so far. Give it some ear time. But we're going to finish things off with this last project over here. We really saved the best for last for you. ladies and gentlemen. This project comes from a band who goes by the name of Skanktral Ska Hotel. And the album is titled In the Aeroskank Over the Checkered Pattern. Before I get into what this project is, I regret to inform you that there were about 40 dubbed cassettes of this project, and they are now sold out. So there's just no reason to live anymore. But if you're a total peasant, you can listen to this album digitally, and what a digital album experience it is, as this is pretty much a song-for-song cover of Neutral Milk Hotel's In the Aeroplane Over the Sea, redone in the stylings of horrible high school band demo quality ska. Yes, ska renditions of this album front to back, but the performances are terrible, the horns sound awful, the mixing is garbaggio, the singing is absolutely awful. Just how bad the songs sound is, I guess, a part of the joke, a part of the appeal of this project. I can't help but laugh at it. Of course, these tracks have genius retitling of the songs. Scotland, 1996.
2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. Stop. Stop it. You know, if you're interested, these guys apparently also have an avant-garde noise cover band, Linkin Dark 30, which we will generously link down there in the description if you are so curious. Thank God for the internet. Thank God. All right, guys, that's going to do it for this episode of It Came from Bandcamp. Those are our 6 Bandcamp pages that I wanted to turn you on to. And obviously, again, please don't DMCA this video. I have children to feed, a channel to grow, and I'm just trying to share your music around, y'all. Just trying to share your music with people, you know. And again, you guys who are watching, please make it worth it for these artists to be featured in this segment. If you liked anything that you heard, go on their Bandcamp pages, stream their tracks, share them on your social media, tell your friends about them if you find what the artists are doing interesting, and above all, buy the music of these artists if you have the money to do so, if you have the means to do so, because these artists are all doing what they're doing independently. A lot of them rely on their Bandcamp makings, rely on their Bandcamp money in order to continue doing what they're doing. So again, support these people, support what they're doing if you enjoy what they do. Thank you for watching. It Came from Bandcamp, another episode in the can. Of course, the playlist of It Came from Bandcamp episodes, previous episodes in the series, is linked down there in the description box as well, along with all the Bandcamps and relevant links. Cool? Cool. Tran.
That's my little puppy. That's my little puppy. Noreen. Noreen. Hey, Noreen. That's my little puppy. That's my little puppy.